Right, yeah, no, when we first started this course, we had about 16 of us, something along them lines, which is not a lot compared to year 2. I'm glad it's picked up interest, but we dwindled that down to 9 through various reasons. A lot of them just couldn't hack it, just couldn't handle it. Some of them just didn't get it, which really wound me up. It was like, you try and explain it to them, and they just didn't get it, and they kept looking at what was hard over how to actually do it. So they'd look at something and they'd panic about it, they'd talk about it, they'd moan about it, and then you'd be like, if you actually got it done, you'd have it done by now. No, it's been tough. It's been a challenge. I mean, like I said, I went to university in Nottingham and did the exact same course, but it was completely different because it was all theory. It was in lecture rooms, lecture halls. There was no practical, there's no cameras involved. It was just, how did film development? That to me seemed pointless. If you want to look up the film and television, you can do that through books, you can do that through TV, you can even do that through documentaries or look it up on the internet. So for me to come here and actually do that, a little bit of theory mixed in with a load of practical, that's been a lot better. And to actually pick up a camera, learn how to use them, how does TV work, how does film work, it's been amazing. There was a lot of it I was unsure about. I had a feeling my presenter wouldn't turn up, which he didn't do, but I had a backup plan. I felt good because my panellists were solid. They were locked in. I just had to move them around a little bit. So yeah, I generally felt all right. I just thought, just got to get on with it, just get it done. And then I think the day before was worse because I had to go to sleep knowing what I've got coming. But I think on the day, I just thought come night time, no matter what happens, it's done and dusted and it's over anyway. So I can take the positive and negatives from it. So for the morning I was all right, it was the day before I was worried.
Reality TV, it's not even real to me.
I think I'd be interested to know who it's at the expense of, because if the person who's doing the humiliating task is willing to do it, the audience are enjoying watching it, people running the TV station want to put it on, who's missing out?
But they're only willing to do it because they know what they're going to get at the end of it, and they're fame hungry, obviously.
But that's their prerogative to do that.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying it's not.
Where's the issue?
So that's their prerogative to do it, but is that giving a good image to people growing up who are watching these things saying, actually it looks fine, but they only see when they do the embarrassing bits, they don't get to see the aftermath of it?
Well, okay, what's the aftermath of... yes, I say aftermath because I'm from the south. But what's the aftermath of I don't know, you said I'm a celebrity earlier. The whole eating of, what was it, kangaroos?
Yeah, something like...
So what's the aftermath of that, apart from having a really bad taste in your mouth and having a few friends point and laugh? That's the only bad thing.
So a few friends point and laugh, but it could be when you get back home, people might point at you in the street and laugh at you. That in turn can cause depression, or it could be even you've ate something and that could mentally traumatise you in itself, I think. Hold on.
Oh, I have the power now. I hold my hand up and they stop.
Only I have the power here.
Show me later.
Hey. Hey, let's stay on topic.
I've forgotten where I was now. I'm kind of flustered.
What would you say to people in different cultures that maybe eat that kind of food? Surely that's saying that you're saying that what they eat is disgusting.
Do you know a culture that eats kangaroo testicles?
Afraid not.
It could be,
we can neither confirm nor deny
that. Community in forest fields.
Yeah.
That,
I don't know about you, but I love tucking in every morning to a kangaroo testicle.
Okay, so I think that might be part of a different culture, maybe, if they do eat some weird things.
Well, they're saying that insects are going to be the food of the future, so I don't see why it's humiliating to eat insects.
There's nothing wrong with eating a few bugs. I mean, they
Yeah,
say
so,
that we swallow
for example,
a lot of
choice. Yeah, they don't choose to do it.
Yeah, so people don't choose to do it. Insects might be part of the future, but you wouldn't certainly eat them alive.
Yeah.
They have to do it as a survival technique to get proper food. They don't choose to eat an insect or a testicle ball.
They can say no to the task, though.
Yeah.
I think what this comes down to is contracts.
And then they don't eat.
Consent.
If people want to do it, they'll do it, and if they don't want to do it, they won't.
Okay, again, more great points discussed there for either side of the argument. I'd now like to address the audience. You've been very vocal thus far, but you're now allowed to say some words. If anyone's got any questions, if you just want to form an orderly line, and we'll just have a moment to... So we were talking there about eating certain foods and the humiliating... Kangaroo testicles, of course, and the humiliating thing about that. What would you say about the issues a lot of animal rights groups get involved to get in on that, especially given that they are eating live things, especially?
They're eating live insects.
Yes.
And we have loads of them. So, wait, what?
Wait, no, carry on.
They're eating live insects, and there's billions upon billions of insects. I don't know if there's billions, but there's quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Okay,
Quite
there's more where that came
from. So there's
from.
more of them. They're not endangered.
Well, okay, we'll hop to our question.
Yeah, well, if you guys are like so against freedom of speech, what do you want to do? Do you want to ban it? Do you want to, I don't know, make it illegal? Reality TV.
I was about to say.
Wrong show. Yeah, if you guys are so against reality TV, what do you want to do? Do you want to ban it? Do you want to like make it illegal or something to make a reality TV show? Isn't that a bit fascistic?
It's not necessarily about making it illegal or banning it. It's making it more truthful. And that's what it's about, really. It's not reality at all. People sat in a Big Brother house in a confined space that they've never seen or been in before. They're not being them real selves.
It is a very unnatural setting, and I think it gives the reality of you expect them in a certain way. So, for example, Big Brother, they put clashes of different personalities in there, and they all look a certain way. Geordie Shore, for example, they're all attractive people, and that can have big issues in real life. They need to make it more real. And actually show off what someone would have day to day rather than just showing the best parts of life.
Okay. It sounds to me that, I don't think many people are under the guise that reality TV is completely 100% true to life. So it sounds to me that the problem isn't, like Sophie said earlier on, not really with reality TV, but more the people. But I'm not here to debate. I think
I don't think that film or media-related subjects are a Mickey Mouse course. No way. It's so creative and people are so passionate about it that I think some parents maybe have given it a bit of a bad reputation, but they're the sort of people that would try and push their kids to do an English degree. But, you can get so much out of it being creative. I mean, Einstein said that creativity is intelligence having fun. So if you can't express yourself creatively, then who are you? I've always wanted to make movies ever since I was like 7, 8 years old, because I love stories. And when I saw sort of like the Lord of the Rings films, I was never great at English, but I wanted to create a story on that grand scale, and cinema's my way to do that, and I just want to tell stories. The Stranger is a noir that I made, but I wanted to go down more of a neo-noir route, so sort of things like, with inspiration from things like Blade Runner. I wanted to do something a bit sort of sci-fi, so it's set in kind of a post-apocalyptic sci-fi sort of world. I mean, it uses a lot of the structure and elements from a noir, things like, Dutch angles and stuff, but it's not a cliche noir, and it's very different in that aspect.
They are watching me right now, planning their next meal. Yet in this world, I would rather die fighting than starve. If anyone should ever find this recording, know that Earth is lost, yet a spark of hope remains. They can be killed.
Salvation is the evolution of The Stranger, my previous short film, and I'm expanding on the universe as a whole and really going into depth of this universe I spent so much time creating and found I couldn't really explain it in my other film, but I wanted to evaluate on what's happened and why the characters this is happening to them, and sort of use it as like a kind of like a jump start point for then people that watch The Stranger and then other projects that I'm writing as well.
In 2335, humanity discovered it was not alone in the universe. All across the globe they descended and destroyed our cities, cut off our communications. Millions dead in the first day, all was lost. A scientific group unveiled their answer, the Salvation Project. They took the best and the brightest and evacuated Earth. However, space was limited, leaving the rest of us here to die. Was the sacrifice worth it? It's hard to believe how long it's been since the invasion. We put up a good fight. Let's just say the resistance group stopped checking in. It's obvious we were losing. I now know that's no longer the case. I know that we've lost. I haven't found anything today. I haven't seen another person in over 2 weeks. I'm scared to face the world alone. And what's worse still is I haven't seen one of them for even longer. Are they even still here, or did they just simply kill us and leave? I killed a man today. I wonder what his name was before all this happened. Maybe we could have been friends. He held a gun to another person's head and I just had to help. The moment I thought I found others just like me, survivors. Maybe this is my punishment. To live on this world, to face old age, illness and death, alone.
Lunch break, it's about two men on their lunch break, and how they sort of, first they talk about how they hate their job and their boss, but then they go on to like daydream and sort of dream their way out of it, like sort of escaping from there every day. So like it's got like dream sequences in it, like lager adverts, you know, the Strongbow one, where like the guy's rolling around on the carpet, like gets out of the office, kind of got something like that. And then the scene in Fight Club where Jack, or the narrator, beats himself up.
Security?
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
Oh! Oh! What the hell are you doing? Oh!
I've kind of done like a homage to that in a way. But yeah, it's just two men on a lunch break talking about stuff, pretty much. Personally, I think like Quentin Tarantino, Wes Anderson, very artistic filmmakers that have their certain style, because I'd quite like to develop my own. So when you like when you can see a film, and you're like, okay, that's by this director. I really like that. The way that I look at film is I'm quite a creative person. So like I've done art and I've done music, and I see film as sort of I see it more of an art form instead of just a business, and that's what I'd quite like to sort of pursue that.